Here we go, another live, so we can review some things. Yes, I've got my beanie on. I'm trying to stay warm. You know what it's like with the flu. What can you do? Or cold. I don't know what it is, but it's bugging me. I think the wife's getting it. Oops. But anyway, yes, thought to do some reviews today because, as we mentioned, the Channel 4 documentary. And I thought, yeah, it's worth checking out because a lot of channels been popping up lately, like audit channels and that. And I've seen a lot of people posting saying, "Oh, people like audit channels. They wear black and like they're all over 6 foot tall and they're threatening, trying to get people to kick off and so they can film them and make money out of it and all this and that." And I thought that's weird because the audit channels or YouTube channels with an audit involved. I've never seen that myself. So I don't know. I think it was on Reddit. I read it. Reddit, said the prog. But I thought, no, that seems a bit strange. Like, there may be people out there that go and try and, like, force a reaction and get some sort of thing going on. Me personally, I've not seen that. I see people, obviously, you don't see whoever it is. They're just filming and they're from a distance and, you know, boots are on the ground and we get the hoedown, which I think is really good. But yeah, I was quite surprised when I saw some negative comments. I was a bit like, But yeah, we're gonna do our little channel 4 on the audits, and then David Wood says about the UK and Islamophobia on Apologetic Roadshow's channel. So yeah, we'll have a look at that as well. Oh yeah, digital IDs. Yep, your ID on your phone. That's it. They want to track who you are, where you are, what you're doing. Oh, that's shocking. Can't believe that. Didn't Tony Blair think of this idea like how many years ago, and now it's like come back? It's pathetic. They probably know that we're even like reviewing a certain thing on YouTube. They're like, oh yeah, because you've got that down on your phone, we're listening on your phone, we know what you're doing, where you're going. Like, I don't understand the whole purpose of a digital ID. They say, oh, because you can't get a job without it. We got national insurance numbers. People normally have like driving license. People have passports. Do you know what I mean? There's all sorts of ID. But national insurance number would actually do it, especially, I mean, digital ID, it will do nothing in the world of asylum seekers. Nothing at all. How you doing, Slim? Good afternoon, good afternoon. The man is coming to look at my internet problems. Oh, he's still got issues, mate. It's the Jews. And if it's not the Jews, it's the aliens. Uh-oh. Slim's being affected. It's probably, they're trying to silence you, mate. So, yeah, blooming is, mate. I mean, I didn't have a phone for a couple of years. I got a cheap and nasty one. Just so I play Royale, really. I don't even use it as a phone. If I go out, I don't take it with me. Nothing like that. I don't get calls on it. I don't get text messages. Oh, I get text messages from the hospital or the doctors that comes through on it, but I don't actually use a mobile. I've got no friends to even need a mobile. No one calls me. No one texts me like that. Do you know what I mean? But I'll be interested to see how people will react to it, though. Like having an actual digital ID, like so they can. They're saying things like, so if say we got a fine, £100 fine, or HMRC were like, oh, you owe us X amount, they can literally just go into your bank and take it. That's that's a crime, isn't it? That's a crime. So yeah, it's all about control. Yeah, without a doubt. They want to know who you are, where you are, what you're doing, where you go. I'm sure there's something on it where they get to grips and know what you're buying and when you're buying it. I mean, we must all be really aware, like, they're sort of trying to shut it all down. Maybe that's why Channel 4's done this direct documentary. They're hoping to shut down people who are giving out the news. They're like, no, that's not the right narrative. We got a certain agenda. You know what, Channel 4 and ITV, BBC One, or BBC, they've all got their chosen narratives and agendas, and they probably don't like it. They're trying to shut it down. But then maybe that's what digital idea do. They can sort of shut you down for doing this, that, and everything else. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, if you're wondering why I'm wearing my wizard beanie, it's like I said at the beginning. Like I've got this cold or flu or something, and I was feeling a bit cold, so I've had to put it on, hide up like the wizard hair. It's all gone. Still got the beard going on, but yeah, I might keep my head warm. Whatever next. And obviously got me nice hoodie on to keep me toasty. Happy days. But it's really weird that they sort of want all this sort of like control over us. Well, it's not weird, is it? It's to be expected. They're trying to silence everyone. But yeah, it only took about an hour or so. It had over 300,000 signatures already. So I was well impressed with that. So yeah, people aren't gonna have it. What right have they got to know this, that, and everything else about us? I mean, they can do one. Not happening. Not happening, mate. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have it. But it's not a black screen. That's actually the YouTube channel page, because I had it all ready. Oh, do it so you can actually see it. There, it's ready. It's ready. So I haven't seen it. I did decide in the end, like I said last night, I thought, no, I'm going to watch it from the get-go. So I haven't watched it in any shape or form. I am watching it for the first time. So here we go. Some fun. Yep, see what's said and that. Obviously, I'll have to keep pausing it and everything. We're going to review it, but I'm not too sure what they're like with copyright, this, that, and everything else. But we're going to review it, so I'm going to have to keep pausing it here and there. Like, make sure we do it right. Oh, I signed the petition. As usual, despite knowing that it will change nothing. Yeah, that's very true, mate. That's very true. As always. But, what can you say? Well, oh, strange but true. Right, let's see. We're starting off with the Channel 4 documentary. I think you've seen it though, ain't you? A couple of you saying you've seen it.
Today is the spark of a cultural revolution in Great Britain.
They call themselves migrant hotel auditors, entering hotels providing accommodation to asylum seekers, harassing residents, employees and council staff.
How long have you been in the UK?
See, doing all that, I've never seen them actually do all that, literally going in there and all that. That's just like, what is the point of that? What are they trying to do? So I've not actually seen that sort of audit channel myself, so maybe this is what they're going on about, because they seem a bit like lawless, a bit
walking straight
silly
through there in a minute, and there's not all you can do about it.
Because I wonder, is somebody just going to jump out of the bushes with a camera?
All in the name of taking back Britain's borders, claiming government incompetence, but their aggressive tactics are criticised by police and extremism experts.
Hang on, she said aggressive tactics. What aggressive tactics? I've not actually seen it, like AY audits and all that. And the channels that you lot have directed me to. We've not seen any...
Creating a narrative that asylum seekers are part of a government conspiracy.
It is dangerous, yeah.
Do you regret it?
Well, I don't even know I've done it. So
They're amassing millions of views, some earning thousands each month. We've been tracking this lucrative new industry as it generates and cashes in on rage.
And they're probably really jealous because Channel 4 is like flopping big style. I mean, it's crazy. You say the doors are open, they don't break in. No, I mean, I've not actually seen any lawlessness on any channel I've ever watched. Because, you know, if I watch something and it's like whatever, I wouldn't even watch it. But I say the audit channels like Beats Taped and I think Mark even Electrodoc, etc. They're like, oh, there's this channel, there's that channel. I've never seen anything like what I'd class as criminal actions. I mean, that's a bit strange. Like, already a minute in, and they seem to they're painting the brush that everyone is like who does audit type stuff on channel, on YouTube channel, is criminal. That's a bit.
Oh, there you are.
We get to celebrate with an advert straight away. That's the only thing with these.
We risk becoming an island of strangers.
This is not about race, it's about what's right and wrong.
No young man from Iran who arrives by boat should be walking the streets of our country.
This is Britain, and we live here.
All men, look.
Is the spark of a cultural revolution.
All men. Where's the women? Where's the children? Where's the
In
families?
an outrage economy where clicks mean cash, the far-right EDL founder turned influencer Tommy Robinson stronghold. Now he's spreading the word with legions of digital disciples.
They're trying to make out it's a bad thing.
And at least 50 people calling themselves citizen journalists were live streaming and filming from his march, some of them wearing bespoke press passes. The increasingly angry debate over immigration and content.
Do you think that's what it is? They don't like the fact that it's content that they haven't got. Channel 4 want all that. They want all the views, but everyone's like, no, mainstream media, you have a chosen narrative, go away.
The cottage industry seeing people break into hotels,
No way!
blockade a council building,
They ain't going nowhere.
and even harassing children they mistake for asylum seekers.
Quite a lot of them and see where they come.
Half show more than a month.
Yeah, they don't want to act that why they're doing it, or the need to do it. That makes sense, said no one ever.
It's the section of a teenage girl, asylum seeker 8 miles away in neighbouring Essex. Protesters say they're concerned about the safety of women and girls. They want this hotel also housing asylum seekers, in this instance families and more than 100 children, shut down. And the counter-protesters gone. What starts peacefully ends in chaos and online. For some, this isn't just a protest, it's also become a...
That's anything like you want to start fighting the police and that, then no, I'm not up for any of that. There's no need. You want to do a protest, you protest, stand there, do your thing, whatever. But I mean, I know the police get a bad press and that, and they're not all good eggs, are they? But at the end of the day, the policemen and women are just people doing a job, whether they do it right or wrong. It's not here nor there for what I'm saying here. You don't want to any sort of, I don't know, violence towards them. That's, I mean, it defeats a purpose. You want to protest, you want the message to get out, be a law-abiding citizen, be a good Christian, and stand there and, you know, say what you want to say and protest. But to then Her Majesty's Police Force to get like whatever, then no, I'm not up for that. But I'm all up for a protest, especially, you know, well, blimey, the sex crimes. It's all coming from certain people we know, but we're not allowed to say because they follow Islam, are we? But they're from Islamic states. They literally got no respect for women or young girls. You have a right. It's your right to stand up for whatever you want to stand up for. Doesn't matter what it is. If you feel something's being wronged, especially like sex crimes from illegal immigrants against the locals, then damn right, you stand up and you protest. Like, but then does this sort of show or tell you then maybe that it's our police, our law, it's failing because nothing's being dealt with? I mean, we discussed it in the last live, didn't we, about the bloke he burnt the Quran. He got a worse charge than the actual Muslim that actually was kicking him, spitting at him, telling him that he's going to kill him, and like striking at him with a knife. The bloke who burnt the Quran got a worse sentence. I mean, is it because the law is failing as well?
Business opportunity.
I'm a citizen journalist. I've been standing over there, over here, and over there.
With some live streamers and
citizen
content makers
journalist.
earning thousands each month.
I'm calm. I'm just asking you to answer my question, mate.
We've been at protests in Essex, Hertfordshire and London, where self-described citizen journalists say they offer an unedited alternative to the mainstream media.
They do.
One of the most known among them calls himself AY Audit. Channel 4 News has identified him as Anthony Barnes. It's had nearly 30 million views now, and this, his most viewed live stream outside the Bell Hotel in Epping, has more than 800,000 views. He shows the crowd recognising a woman they say is a counter-protester. He narrates to his audience.
Look how many police officers they've actually got around one person. Missiles coming in again. Police officers cut in the face.
Later, he asks,
Will you be arrested once you get her out of here?
earlier in the feed, next to the leader of an organisation that describes it.
That's AI Audits. That's one we watched. I mean, I didn't know of him. I think you guys told me. But why do they want to bring him up? Oh, he's got 800 views and this and that. They're trying to vilify him when he's not really done. He doesn't like actually get physically involved in anything, does he? Just films it and has his say, which surely anyone's allowed to do, aren't they? Not?
National Socialist movement to preserve the white race.
Yeah.
He advertises when asked flyer.
Yeah. Okay, no problem, mate.
Anybody who wants to look it up, go on Twitter.
There you go, guys.
Excuse me.
He agreed to talk to us at one of the weekly Epping protests, where I asked him about the flyer.
Listen up when you're out at night.
The flyer, what? But it's not his flyer, is it?
That many people would consider to be white supremacist. Do you think there's a danger in sort of promoting or allowing someone to promote that material on your stream, you know, just like that?
I'm going to be totally honest with you, yeah. It is dangerous, yeah.
Do you regret it?
Well, I don't even know I've done it, so I'm not really, I can't quite say if I regret something or what, but if someone's come up to me and they've given me a, what did you say, it was white supremacy?
It said preserve the white race on it.
White race.
Yeah.
And I've flashed it, it's only, do you know what I mean? There's so many people come to these things with...
Is it the kind of
He needs to hold his phone
organisation you
up
would
and
agree with?
get
Well, definitely not, you know, definitely not.
Film her.
Barnes is also what's called an auditor.
But he literally just said, like, you know, because things happen during a live, this, that, and everything else. You can't control everything, but the bloke's got it. He's like, oh, let's have a look at that, and he's got it on camera. He's not. He didn't actually, or they didn't show him saying, oh, look, this is a flyer. This is what we stand for. Blah blah blah. Nothing like that, did he? He just went, oh, all right, yeah. But I mean, even in his head, he would have. It's like the white race. I mean, I don't know. See, that's trying to bring back some sort of racism there. I mean, you'd pull away from that, surely. I mean, let me know in the comments, but it's crazy. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like I was saying, like you can actually see him in his place and that, but maybe he didn't mind because obviously they can't just go throwing it all out, can they? Or then he could just like sue him, saying they doxed him. Do you know what I mean? Put him up on screen. But it's ridiculous. But they tried to go in on him hard, but failed bad. Yeah. I mean, over a flyer that he didn't have it printed. He didn't like advertise it. He don't walk around going, oh, give me some, I'll give them out and all that. But we've got to be careful that we don't take all this back into the world of racism. I mean, blimey. There's only racism when you're talking about it. So people need to really reel it back and be careful what they say. The white race. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Blimey heck. Like, I've never in my life ever spoke to anyone and gone, right, what colour are you? What colour am I? Let me think about that. It's just, I don't care. I don't even care what religion or your sexual orientation. I don't care. You can think you're a flipping mouse or a mammal or a banana or a helicopter, identify whatever. If I'm talking to you there and then, it's about what we're talking about. I don't start like, oh, let me just prejudge because whatever. colour or something. It's just ridiculous. So I don't even know why Channel 4 put the white supremacy bit in there. That's like, you know, they're trying to do something, aren't they? So yeah, probably what you're saying, so it's probably so do that, silence every dissenting voice. But yeah, they did. They gave out his real name. They said like we've identified him as. I mean, well, I mean, maybe you don't mind, or maybe there'll be a lawsuit, so you just dox me.
Someone who approaches or enters premises filming often confrontational interactions with staff. Here you see him walking into the Hertfordshire hotel, and when asked by security staff and then police to leave, he refuses over the course of a 30-minute negotiation.
Okay. Please don't come back into the site.
Listen, I'll do what I want to do.
Come back into the site, sir, then I'll arrest you to prevent a breach of the peace.
Go on then, do it then. I can walk over there in a minute.
Come back in the site.
Go on. I'll be walking straight through there in a minute. And there's not all you can do about it.
There is. I really don't want to get to this stage.
No, ain't.
They eventually arrest him. Arrests are among his most popular videos.
What do you mean I'm under arrest?
His views per month have risen from 1.
No, I want to get arrested. I can't be bothered with all that. Do you know what I mean? You know, each to his own. But then if he's in his legal right, you know, he may know something that we don't. He knows his legal right. Then fair play.
Million in May to more than 10 million by August, a tenfold increase. We asked the digital consultancy Fenimore Harper to calculate his income. They told us it could sit between 10 to 20,000 each month, with advertisers like EasyJet, Boots and Ocado running ads on his content.
The more provocative.
They're literally trying to do this in a way that then all these people, you know, naming certain advertisers, they can then go, oh, right, yeah, we're pulling it. We don't want to advertise. They're doing this in order to stop people, shame them into not advertising on his channel to take away his income. That's what Channel 4 are doing. That's terrible. So this is a bit, yeah, Channel 4, that's a bit snide, isn't it? That's not good. You can see what they're getting at. They don't like it, do they?
That they can be on these platforms, the more likely that they're going to have views, and with those views comes monetization from ad revenues, and also from donors as well, who may be ideologically aligned.
So-called hotel investigating isn't a new phenomena. Nigel Farage was doing it back in 2020.
Can we book rooms, yeah?
But the practice has accelerated, with videos like this one of a group of men breaking into asylum seekers' bedrooms, getting more than 1 million views.
How long have you been in the UK?
I wouldn't be doing that. I mean, surely even the lad sat there on his bed, so this must be in his legal rights to push him out. I mean, I wouldn't be doing that, running in, and that's just, no.
That's what we're here to ask you. How do you mean? Out now.
All this of someone checking who was in a coach in a hotel car park.
Apparently a coach has been pitching outside.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but people see. Rugby team, there you go, thank you very much.
It's generated copycat behaviour, with would-be sleuths misidentifying and harassing people they believe to be asylum seekers because of the colour of their skin.
You can choose to raid the caravan.
So he's making it about race again, colour of skin and all this and all that. It's not about that, is it?
The lecturer from Wales volunteers as a youth Christian camp leader. The church groups have been coming to the same village since 2011 without any problems. But this year, as well as someone breaking in, they said to check who they were. A group of locals started filming as children as young as 4 and their parents, most of whom are black, left on the last day.
Taking up all those spaces in the schools and everything.
I asked them why they were taking pictures of young people, and they are saying that they're trying to protect the community. Then I said, you're protecting the community from whom? The answer was from immigrants.
The footage then appeared on Facebook with comments underneath.
Things like Islamifying our country, illegal immigrants, wanting to get benefits.
What impact do you think this might have had on the children?
They have seen their picture trending or circulating on social media. I stood by the gate.
Let's be honest, I mean, Channel 4 are using words that, I mean, I don't condone like going into like illegal immigrants' bedrooms. That's just ridiculous. But what laws have been broken? What laws have been broken? If there's a door open, you run in. Happy days. Not my cup of tea, but you know, they go in there, get their footage and whatever. They're not physically harming anyone or nothing like that. I mean, what are they going to do? So trespass. How are they trespassing? I mean, it's a hotel. Unless there's some law going on there that we don't know about. But Channel 4 have been saying this, that and everything else, and I haven't seen one law being broke. So how does that work? Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, have you seen any law being broke here? I mean, they're not like literally run up, booting the doors down, picking locks and all this and everything else to get in, are they? I mean, I've not seen a law being broke. Honestly.
And I saw I saw how upset some of these young people were.
The video was removed and the comments are being investigated by police.
By default, if you are a patriot, the people you are fighting are not patriots.
The Institute for Strategic Dialogue says August saw a record spike in anti-migrant language on X, with 440,000 posts to 60,000 at the height of the riots last year. That's a 16
individual.
Like riot. I mean, you don't have to turn into a riot, does it? But we're not stupid. We know full well accordingly, so it could fit some narrative then that blah blah blah. I mean, we're not silly. We know what the police are like. They're not innocent.
Like the hotel investigators or hotel auditors play a key role in terms of creating asylum seekers part of a government conspiracy against white British people, that they are fundamentally a source of, primarily of crime, and the only way to fight them is to, you know, engage in this kind of vigilante journalism or citizen journalism, as they describe it.
Back in Hertfordshire, Broxbourne's Conservative council leader, like the protesters, wants the asylum hotel closed and has even launched a legal case against.
Like wanting something closed, it's not a bad thing, is it? When there's certain criminals, should we say, and criminal activity, especially when it comes down to sex crimes. I mean, you don't really get more serious, do you? Than against 14-year-olds, etc. I mean, it's disgraceful. So what is wrong with wanting something to be closed and those people to be removed?
The Home Office, but she's had to change her routine to avoid being pursued on camera.
I feel a level of vulnerability now if I come into the car park, because I wonder, is somebody just going to jump out of the bushes with a camera? They came in and they interrogated a receptionist member of staff who was extremely traumatised by that.
A crowd even blockaded the council building using traffic cones to stop staff leaving.
Here today we've sealed the entrance and exit off, so nobody's going home on time today.
We are fighting all we can to see the closure of the hotel, and we have been doing that since it opened in 2022. So it does make me angry. It makes me feel very protective. It makes me feel very protective of the staff, that, you know, that they feel vulnerable.
Is she being attacked by a wasp or something? Because her lips look really, really huge. Duck lips. But she's trying to sort of make it out that it's all like a lot worse than what it is. So, but then that's the council's narrative, isn't it? To like sort of say anything and everything they can to be against those who protest. So duck lips here is just full of it.
When they, you know, this is a council that's open for business.
Videos either, do they? They want to make out like this, that, and everything else. So make all this money in for advertising, £10,000 to £20,000 a month. Oh, by the way, we put adverts on all our stuff as well. So what does that tell? I mean, Christ, you can't like one person adverts when they got their own.
That continues every single day without consequence.
Police chiefs say officer morale is plummeting, with some content creators increasing community tensions and misinformation.
sometimes they're looking for content that they want to do to stoke up hatred and criminality, and it can often...
But it's not though, is it? See, even the police officers lie. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Leave a false impression in communities and a viewing audience as to what's actually gone on.
No, mainstream media will give you the false narrative. They're literally there on the street as is. It's live. You can't doctor the footage and have a chosen agenda and go down a certain narrative. It's live. That's what Channel 4, ITV and the BBC do. So this Herbert Copper is just talking out of his backside.
There are growing fears that digital vigilantism could even lend fuel to offline violence. In July, 2 security staff at the Bell Hotel in Epping were hospitalised at a racially aggravated attack. In a world in which context and respect are readily sacrificed at the altar of impressions and views.
I don't condone any acts like that where you put people in hospital. That's just ridiculous. There's no need for that.
From the parapet, a new brand of messenger is growing louder in both voice and audience.
Amelia Jem with that exclusive report. Anthony Barnes did not respond to our request for a comment, but criticised the report in an online video that labelled it a smear campaign. Jackson Media, whose video was also featured, likewise did not respond to our request, but in an online video denied that he was a digital disciple of Tommy Robinson and criticised the reporting in strong terms. And we contacted the brands whose ads were identified running alongside this content on YouTube and asked if they were aware of it. EasyJet responded, saying it has strict criteria in place to ensure its ads don't run alongside content of this nature, that it was extremely disappointed and that it had addressed this with its advertising partners to remove the advert. Boots said it did not place the ad, but has instructed the relevant brand to remove it, and Ocado did not wish to comment. YouTube, owned by Google, our content.
That's crazy. Everything. Ducklet. Rubbish. Shocking. So literally, that last bit, exposing to get all adverts stopped, to stop their revenue, and they're like, oh, they don't earn anything from it, or channel memberships or whatever, they're not going to earn anything from it because they get demonetized, and that's basically what they're getting at, to try and silence the mainstream, because they are taking away the narrative from mainstream media, full stop, and they don't like it. They do not like it. Yep, they go about his real name. Crazy. They even contact the companies that have ads through Google on his channel. Yep. Crazy. They do sway opinion against those they fear. Yeah, I'm blind. I can't believe that's crazy. Oh, double hit the problem there. But it fails because Google say he hasn't broke any rules. Nope. But it's going to come down to the companies in question, like what they're saying. Oh, we contacted them, and they're like, oh no, we can't have our adverts on that. Do you know what I mean? They didn't break into anywhere. They ran through open doors. So just walking in open doors. Yeah, you saw them. They just sort of nipped in and ran in. It had nothing to do with auditors. No. But someone's scared in case they jump out of a bush with a camera. Though. Yeah, I know. In the middle of a car park. Someone going to jump out of a bush. I mean, what do you think they are? Puzzles. Oh, your favourite part. Calling out races or passengers. The trade moral high ground. Yeah, basically, yeah, it is. It's pushed to the narrative. It is absolutely crazy. I mean, yeah, but they don't like the fact that they're there live filming ads, but obviously it's taken away the fact that, you know, Channel 4 wants to do it themselves and all that, and actually control the narrative. They don't want the people there having a peaceful protest. They want to film the people and say, oh, but these are the sort of people that follow Tommy Robinson. That's what they're after. They want to control the narrative and make out all people on protest bad. Yeah, got to fight the bush cameras. Yeah, some of the ladies with the collagen look like they've been smacked in the gob. Yeah, I know. She had full on duck lips. That was. No, we've got to worry about these bush camera people. Yeah, it's because she can't be one because everyone will see her with those lips. No mention of the kids attacked by the occupants. Nope. A Google say no rules broken. Yep, they did. They literally said no rules been broken. So it's going to come down to the preference of brands with their advertising. Channel 4 have conveniently gone out their way to ask EasyJet, and they'll be like, oh no, so we're going to pull all our adverts off of that. But then I assume Google or YouTube would just put a different advert on anyway. So hopefully that, you know, it's not going to affect the revenue, but that's what they're getting at. Oh, £10,000 to £20,000 a month. Oh, we can't have that, especially when he's live, you know, out there reporting live. So it's honest. If it's live, it's honest because it is what it is. But Channel 4 want to go out there, film stuff, cut it all about, and then show people their cut up footage to actually show their chosen narrative, their chosen agenda. They don't like it. So basically, mainstream media don't like it, full stop. But yeah, it's quite shocking. They've actually doxed him though. They actually gave out his name and that. I suppose they didn't give out his address as well. Do you know what I mean? But he seemed quite cool saying his bit though, didn't he? So yeah, it is what it is, blah, blah, blah. And he don't even remember half of it because it's live. So yeah. So he has no chosen agenda or narrative. He's filming it live as it goes. But Channel 4 want to try and like ruin him. Absolutely pathetic. But let me know what you think in the comments. Absolutely nuts. But anyway, it made me laugh. It's only like 12 minutes, but oh my god. Channel 4 are going for it, aren't they? They don't like it. They just do not like it. The UK's new Islamophobia nightmare. It seems we need this told to us. Dr. David Wood from Apologetics Roadshow, who lives in America, who actually understands it more than the people. So this should be a good one. So we'll watch this. This isn't actually that long, but is it 9-10 minutes? 9 minutes 49 seconds. It's not too bad. But yeah, that's the most important bit in it. Google said no rules broken. That made me laugh. So Channel 4 done all that, and maybe so they know like no rules broken. Okay, we're trying and ruin it in the world of advertising, but that's what I'm going to do with this video from David Wood will be demonetized because I find if I talk about Islamophobia or anything like that, my videos get shadow banned, demonetized. Do you know what I mean? It's literally getting to the point that like I might as well not be monetized. This channel got monetized like unexpectedly because of my alien vid that went mental, but which has been removed now because then it got reported for copyright after being up for 9 months. Who does that? 9 months it was up for. That's ridiculous. It had like 60,000 views or something. It was doing good, but yeah, like literally as it stands, like because all my videos and my shorts getting shadow banned, they're not getting the views now. Blah blah blah. Here and again, shut up. Here and there, they get through the net, and I get some that get a couple of thousand, like, you know, Julie Wandale or something. But as long as it's a narrative that suits YouTube or Google and the powers that be, other than that, as soon as you mention something, but my first Tommy Robinson video ended up with like 20-30,000 views, like a short. The next 4 or 5, all about Tommy Robinson, squashed. So it looks like the first one got through the net. Then they're like, hang on, Tommy Robinson going on here. Well, and I think 5 or 6 shorts after that were also Tommy Robinson. And it was exactly the same on TikTok. And one of them, they said, no, guidelines. And they literally hit it, full stop. So there's nothing we can do about it. I put my stuff up. And like I say, it's like this channel is useless. I'm always saying, oh, I get about 20p's, 50p's a day. 6p whole day. That 2 views, you literally nothing, less than £1 a day through advertising because they squash your videos. My Katie Hopkins video I've done about her being arrested or nearly arrested, or go up, do an interview, or you will get arrested type video. That's been doing all right. But even that, like, they're keeping everything sort of in the hundreds. It's not going to the thousands like some of them do. And if they do, obviously, I get copyrighted and taken down. But you know, what can I do? But it defeats the purpose. So I mean, anyone out there who's bringing down a YouTube channel, don't bother. Don't bother. If you want to get monetized, you know, to make money from it, don't bother, because they will shut it up. Don't matter your thumbnail, what you're talking about, subject. If they do not like it, not get views. End of. Till Sunday at 3 o'clock. We're still here for an hour talking about whatever we talk about. People up that probably depends, but that's what they do. It's what they do. They control the narrative, and they probably want channels like me turn around and go, do you know what? Better stop. And that's what they want. They're like, yes, it's worth it while. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with you. It's bad, but it's Friday, maybe. Looking at the wireless routers. But yeah, I don't know why it's breaking that up. It's probably the aliens and the Jews. You have to let me know. It's blooming annoying. I don't know why it does that. I've never had the problem before. It's only started in the last couple of weeks. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't know why it does it. Top, and it's fine. It's weird. So and that's weird. So that laptop's fine. I'm recording with this one. Is it because of what I'm talking about? It's blooming aliens. I reckon the aliens must be Jewish. Still choppy. Yes, I don't know why it's doing that. The weather ain't all that here as well. It's all like cloudy and doom and gloom and that. The weather is like how I feel in my head with the blooming lurgy. But yeah, so I don't know what that is. Like I'll be looking at. I'm going to get me Wi-Fi signal booster ASAP, but I don't know why it's doing it. I do not know why it's doing it. But you have to let me know. You know, like let me know if it's whatever. Because like I say, I'm watching it on this one over here, filming on this one. That one there, not a problem. It's not broken up once. But here, where I'm actually recording, it's like with you lot, it went funny. I'm see what David Wood's been saying.
My government can import to everyone outside their group and their ideas from any sort of criticism. Then my government people what they want. Destroy this island dangerous and stupid and turn me into a second-class citizen in my country. Pretty cool idea, right? Yeah, sad. I can't really take the threat. from the cowards traitor to run the UK.
Whee!
As we read in the Times, Labour's Islamophobia definition, CUNY, definition, difficult but necessary conversations about gender equality and even Islamist extremism, says Claire Katina. Grooming gang with impunity before, you ain't seen nothing yet. Grooming gangs will be able to carry out their crimes with impunity if a new definition of Islamophobia is given the go-ahead, the Conservatives have warned. Writing in the Times, Claire Coutinho, the Shadow Equalities Minister, said that the definition risked intensifying the culture of censorship by creating a special status for one group over others. Yeah, interestingly, there is a legal system that gives a special status to one group over others. It's called Sharia, and British leaders absolutely love it. She claimed that Labour was only pressing ahead with the new definition to stave off the threat posed by pro-Gaza candidates at the next election. Steve Reed, the new Housing and Communities Secretary, has taken responsibility for the policy after Angela Rayner was forced to quit over her tax affairs. In 2021, Reed, who was then Shadow Local Government Secretary, wrote to all Labour local authority leaders, urging them to implement a definition of Islamophobia drawn up by MPs.
And in that case, we want Christophobia, Judophobia, England phobia, United Kingdom phobia. We can have it all then. They're literally just going to silence people, isn't it? Is that the plan? Literally silence. How can you have Islamophobia, a definition of it? Because people talk about it because it's pure evil and satanic as a prophet that likes little girls. How on earth can they come up with a definition of something that doesn't exist? It's pathetic. So they want to silence us about Islam, knowing full well Islam will be doing absolutely everything possible to be cancerous and take over the United Kingdom.
So we've got Muslims in the UK shouting from the rooftops that they're going to turn the UK into an Islamic state. But instead of the British government focusing on making sure that never happens, they're focusing on Islamophobia. Like good little dimmies. Yep. Several Labour authorities, including Telford and Wrexham, Ipswich, Kirklees, and Wakefield, subsequently did so. Coutinho said, Labour are doubling down by introducing a state-sanctioned definition of Islamophobia, which will intensify the culture of censorship that allowed the grooming gangs to carry out their crimes with impunity. An official definition of Islamophobia specifically designed to be adopted by our institutions and public services will shut down difficult but necessary conversations about grooming gangs, gender equality, and even Islamist extremism.
So that's basically what they want. I mean, blimey, it's in a nutshell, isn't it? Of course, they want to invent Islamophobia, protect one religion, but don't worry about Judaism and Christianity. That just leave that out in the open. But if we have Islamophobia, then there we go. You can't mention grooming gangs because, they're all Pakistani men and they're all Islamic. Oh, no, can't say that. Gender equality and Islamist extremism, literally anything and everything worth talking about because of Islam and trying to warn people about Islam and the evils of Islam because it's just purely satanic. No, can't do that. Islamophobia. Shut up. So, but we can do that with Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, Sikhism. That's fine. Just not Islam. Why is Islam being treated like that? Because it's the only one that's blatantly fake and false. Tell me, in what universe would you have a God that chooses a prophet who marries a 6-year-old and forces himself on her and consummates the marriage against her will because she can't consent when she's 9? What universe? Oh, this one. And not only that, we're going to protect it. Protect it so much more than all the other religions because it has paedophilia in it. What?
It would create a special status for one group above others, risks further breeding resentment and making our community cohesion problems worse. So she's concerned not only that the new definition of Islamophobia will protect grooming things, but also that it will cause more resentment and make community cohesion worse. In other words, the government officially defines Islamophobia, and people are no longer allowed to criticize Islam. This builds resentment, so people will want to criticize Islam even more, and the government will have to crack down even harder on Islamophobes. This builds more resentment, and so on. But what's the definition of Islamophobia they've been working on? The Spectator reports, many people have been warning for some time about the perilous consequences of introducing an official definition of Islamophobia to this country, specifically in regard to its potential to curtail free speech and reintroduce de facto blasphemy laws. But it's taken a leading KC, an advisor to the Attorney General, Lord Hermer no less, to remind us of a further danger, the likelihood that it will deter police from investigating Muslim suspects or offenders for fear of accusations of racism.
Yep.
As reported in the Daily Telegraph today, Tom Cross KC has said it was reasonable to suppose that such a definition would in practice be relied on in objecting to the use of powers by the police and security services to investigate persons who happen to be Muslim for criminal offenses, including of the most serious violent or sexual nature.
Yep.
Cross added that a new state-endorsed definition of Islamophobia could also be used to rewrite hate crime and harassment laws.
Yep.
If a Muslim is breaking law, but he says it's what his religion teaches, police are going to be too scared to stop him, so Muslims will get a free pass. Hasn't the UK been down this road already? Why are they trying to make it worse? His misgivings are well-founded. The current definition of Islamophobia, as yet to be ratified by a working group commissioned in March by Angela Rayner and headed by former Conservative Attorney General Dominic Grieve KC, is fraught with future peril. This is because it fatally conflates Islam, the religion, with the ethnic minority of most people in this country raised in that faith. As it was defined by All-Party Parliamentary Group in 2018, Islamophobia is rooted in racism and is a type of racism that targets expressions of Muslimness or perceived Muslimness.
Yep.
That cynical definition sought to shield both Islam and Muslims from criticism, and there's little reason to believe that the current working group will deviate from it when it reaches its conclusion. Islamophobia is rooted in racism and is a type of racism that targets expressions of Muslimness or perceived Muslimness. So, a Muslim calls Jews and Christians the worst of creatures. Are Jews and Christians allowed to object?
Nope.
No, because calling Jews and Christians the worst of creatures is an expression of Muslimness. We read in Surah 98, verse 6 of the Quran, verily, those who disbelieve in the religion of Islam, the Quran, and Prophet Muhammad, blah, 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 from among the people of the scripture, Jews and Christians, and al-mushrikun, mushrikun are people who associate partners with Allah, will abide in the fire of hell. They are the worst of creatures. Jews, Christians, and other non-Muslims are the worst of creatures. We're lower than insects, according to the Quran. But Surah 3, verse 110 says that Muslims are the best of peoples ever raised up for mankind. Muslims are the best of peoples. Jews and Christians are the worst of creatures.
Quran is toilet paper.
So a Muslim can spend every waking moment heaping abuse on Jews and Christians. And not only are Jews and Christians not allowed to insult the Muslim back, they can't even object to being called the worst of creatures because objecting would be Islamophobic. Suppose a popular British Muslim announces on YouTube that once Muslims get the political power, ex-Muslims will be publicly executed.
This is a part of our religion. There's a reason to it. Yeah, there's a reason why there's a capital punishment, because people like you, little weaklings who leave their religion and cause corruption in the land by spreading it, the capital punishment in Islamic law would be applied to you. We have no doubt, and we're proud of that.
Will ex-Muslims even be allowed to say, no, please don't kill us when you get the political power? Not at all, because calling for the public executions of ex-Muslims is an expression of Muslimness, so condemning it would be a form of racism, which would make any ex-Muslims who object to being killed racists and Islamophobes, even if they're the same race as the Islamists who want to kill them. Keep in mind, the people who are letting this happen in the UK are the children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren of the men and women who once decided that they would rather die than surrender to the Germans. Now they're surrendering, not to an invading military, but to words, words, words.
Well, there you go. What do you say about that then? Wow, this is keeping my head nice and toasty. I'm loving this. But Ali Dawa and his silly high voice, I'm proud of that. Yeah, so there you go. Anything and everything to do with Muslimness, Islam. You are an Islamophobe. You will be arrested. How dare you say anything? I've heard it all now. What a joke. What an absolute joke. So there you go. So basically, if you want to talk about Islam, don't. That's what they're saying. So yeah, that's probably the worst thing that could actually happen to this country. But yeah, absolute disgraceful. But there's no way ever like I will stop talking about Islam, because it's pure evil. I do not like it in any shape or form. And we'll see tonight. I've got a new story tonight under Sharia law. Stuff's been going on, but we're going through that tonight, Friday, 7 p.m. We'll be talking about the transgender volleyball player who's cheating, obviously. Anything to get into women's sports. And then there's some Sharia law punishment that got carried out. You would not believe what that was. But yeah, it's all coming up tonight. So happy days. But I think David Woods is very good in his analogies, in his sayings, what he's produced there in the world of videos of the UK and Islamophobia. I think spot on. What can we do? What are we going to do? Nothing. Because as soon as you mention it, you're going to be called an Islamophobe. So there you go. That's that in a nutshell. So, yeah. I don't know what we can really say or do about that. But, you know. But they're the two videos. The audits and the David Wood video. I said I'll review them. And there you go. I'm a man of my word. I'm a wizard of my word. Wizard words. Woo. But yeah, tonight, don't forget, at 7 p.m, you can come up on screen if you wish to talk. If you want to have your say about anything that's going on in the news, we can have a discussion or a debate or whatever it plans works out to be. There are no plans, so just come up and have your say. I've got a few new stories. Like I say, there's a Sharia law being carried out, a sentence. We got the volleyball player who think he can play in women's sport. So everyone's like not playing, basically. They're all going, nope, not playing a boy, man, young boy. No, not doing it, which is good. So yeah, we've got that coming up. So happy days. So thanks for joining this live stream today here on Friday. I am live on a Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday at 1 p.m, Friday 7 p.m, and Sunday 3 p.m. That's the current plan, to see how it goes, because 3 p.m. was a bit rubbish because maybe school runs this and everything else. So we're going to be 1 o'clock every day. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 1 p.m. Friday 7 p.m, so you can come up and join. And on Sunday 3 p.m. And this Sunday, UFOs and aliens, what's going on? So let's see what's see what's going on. I mean, yeah, I do. So I got verbal diarrhea, me. But yeah, get people up and say what they want to say. I shall be the moderator. So if you want to say anything, then happy days. But take it easy, people. Take it easy. Live the dream. I appreciate you in the comments, Slim, Beats and Tapes. Take it easy. Relax. I'll see you in, what, 5 hours? Hopefully, if you're about. So, yep, kushti kushti. It's going to be a good one tonight as well. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to like and subscribe. And that is the Wizard's words.